Good evening. Welcome. My name is Sylvia Ritchie, and hopefully I can give you some uplifting music for the next half hour. Unfortunately, Barry couldn't be with us tonight, so I'm going to try to carry on by myself. And I hope you guys will enjoy the music that we prepared for you. We've got lots of genres of music, and so I want you to put your dancing shoes on, or just relax and have a good time for the next half hour. The first song I'm going to play for you guys is a song that I play for you every week, and you probably say, well, I know that song by now, but the song that was written by Delbert McClinton that I've had on the charts with Dan Thomas from the group Smoking Hot. And Dan and I have been so excited that our song has stayed on the top of the charts. It was actually number 2 last week on the Surf Countdown, and I'm sure that's because a lot of y'all voted for it, and we really appreciate you doing that. And don't forget to do it again before Friday noon, okay? But I'm going to do a little 2 more bottles of wine, and there again, Dan helped me sing it, but he's not here, so I'm going to try to do it by myself. So are you ready, Evan?
All right. Um, Here we go.
We came out west together with a common desire. The fever we had, like we set the west coast on fire. 2 months later, got trouble in mind. Baby moved out and left me behind, but it's alright. Midnight, I got 2 more bottles of wine. The way he left sure turned my head around. Seemed like overnight he just up and put me down. But it didn't bother me today. I've been working and I'm too tired of waiting, but it's alright. Midnight, got 2 more bottles of wine. 1,600 miles from the people I know. Been doing all I can, opportunity sure runs slow. But it didn't bother me today. I've been sleeping in a warehouse in West LA, but it's alright. Midnight, got 2 more bottles of wine. But I feel beat storm out of jail. I've been working in a warehouse in West LA, but it's alright. Midnight, got 2 more bottles of wine. Well, it's alright. Midnight, got 2 more bottles of wine. One more time. Alright. It's midnight, got 2 more bottles of wine. All right. Thank you, Dan Thomas, for getting us to do that duet, because it was lots and lots of fun. Our next song is a request that we had from last week. We had someone ask us if we could do a Nat King Cole song. And I want to tell you a little bit about Nat King Cole. He was an American singer, jazz pianist of the 1950s. He actually bridged the gap between Bing Crosby and Elvis. So Bing Crosby was a crooner, and Elvis, of course, was rock and roll. So his songs actually were popular during the bridge there. And this song that I'm going to do for you tonight has actually been recorded in English, Japanese, Spanish, and French, which is a lot. And also, want to say that this was one of the last songs that Nat King Cole actually recorded. And if you've seen the movie Sleepless in Seattle, or if you've seen The Parent Trap, you probably have heard this song. And it's one of my favorites to do. It's called Love by Nat King Cole. And this goes out to all you folks who are celebrating anniversaries. Love. L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more. Anyone that you adore and love is all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a game for two. Two in love can make it. Take my heart, but please don't break it. Love was made for me and you. L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore and love is all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a game for two. Two in love can make it. Take my heart, but please don't break it. Love was made for me and love was made for you and love was made for you and me.
All right.
Thank you. All right.
Wonderful.
Have we got some folks tuning in,
Yes,
Evan?
we do. We do have some folks tuning in.
Great. Great.
Adam Philly says he's in Amarillo tonight with
Hey,
his
Adam.
parents watching your show this evening. Lynn O'Quinn is online. Karen Wiggins, Diane and Jerry Simpson,
Hey, y'all.
And
Hey, Lynn. Hey,
Dorothy
Diane.
Harsey, and Jamie Egan.
Hey, Jamie. And hey, Dorothy, listen, I'm thinking about you a lot. I want you to know you're in my thoughts and prayers every day. Thank you.
Looks like Pam Lipka as well.
Oh, hi, Pam. Well, the next song we're going to do, as a matter of fact, we did this last week and we've done it in previous weeks. It's also on the top of the charts, and I'm sure that's due, in fact, to you guys voting, and I thank you so much for doing that. A song that was originally written as a duet with Doyle Wood and myself from Daxwood Studios in Fayetteville. And Doyle and I, this was number 5 last week. It debuted at number 6, and so we really would love to get it to number 1. So if you guys will go and vote, maybe y'all can help us make number 1 this week. But a little song, it's about New Orleans actually, and I decided it would be a fun thing to put a little spin on it since I'm kind of from New Orleans. But a little song called Love's Come Knocking.
And before you play it real quick, I just want to tune in and say that there seems to be a little connection problem tonight. We're not sure what it is. I'm going to try and reboot the feed during the song, but as always, the whole thing will be on YouTube tomorrow or late tonight.
We're sorry about that. It's one of those things that's one of those circumstances beyond your control sometimes.
Yes, definitely.
But we're going to do what we can to get back online, okay? But anyway, we're going to carry, the show must go on, right?
Yeah.
So here is Love's Come Knocking. Well, I was down in New Orleans with some of my friends, having a good time when you walked in. The way you smiled swept me off my feet. My heart did flips and skipped some beats. the strangest sensation when you looked at me. I was captivated. You shook me to my core. Got my whole world rocking. Feels like love's come knocking. Feels like love's come knocking. Knocking on my door. Got me spinning and reeling with a not too often feeling. Love's come knocking, knocking on my door. Never been one to fall this way. Never let my feelings out. But you be the one my mama warned me about. Said you leave my knees shaking, my body weak. Still my little heart right away from me. It's a lover's question I got to know tonight. Y'all sing it with me now. You got my whole world rocking. Feels like love's come knocking. Feels like love's come knocking, knocking on my door. Got me spinning and reeling with a not too often feeling. Love's come knocking, knocking on my door. Not too often, maybe, never, never. Never felt this kind of feeling. Ever, ever, ever. Feels like love's come knocking. You got my whole world rocking. Yeah, love's come knocking, knocking on my door. Got me spinning and reeling with a not too often feeling. Love's come knocking, knocking on my door. I feel like love's come knocking, knocking on my door. Knocking on my door. Thank you, Linda Wynn, for helping me write that song. That was it's still a fun song to perform. Thank you, guys.
All right. Wonderful.
Well, are we back online?
Well, I think, let's see, some are saying there's a few little problems out there, but I think
Okay.
that we'll have this recording and we can put it online. I think with the coronavirus, there's a lot more people online than there used to be, so
Okay.
that can
Well,
cause
thank
some
y'all.
problems.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I'm sorry. You can see the whole thing on YouTube before too long, okay? But the next song we're going to do now, you guys are going to know this one, and I want to hear you singing along, okay?
This is Sylvia's sing-along for the week.
Yes, it is. It is. And this is a song that was recorded by a group called the Drifters. And you guys, I know if you are in beach music at all, you know who the Drifters are. Actually, everybody knows who the Drifters are. But my friend Russell Henry, who lives in North Myrtle Beach, and I are getting ready to do a duet. And I was thinking about the show tonight, and I thought I ought to do a Drifter song in honor of Russell, because he is one of the original Drifters with Bill Pickney. And so, Russell, I wish you were here to help me sing this, because you could do the high parts, believe me. But anyway, I'm going to do a little song called Under the Boardwalk, and I want you guys to sing along. And you can also shag to this, by the way, if you'd like to. So, are you ready? If you're ready, I'm ready. Up on the roof, and your shoes iron feet were fireproof. Another boardwalk down the sea. Oh yeah, on a blanket with my baby. That's where I'm gonna be. Under the boardwalk, out of the sun, under the boardwalk, we'll be having some fun. Under the boardwalk, people walking above. Under the boardwalk, sharing the love. Under the boardwalk, boardwalk. From the park you can hear the happy sound of the carousel. Almost smell the hot dogs and French fries they sell. Under the boardwalk, down the sea. Oh yeah, on a blanket with my baby. It's where I'm gonna be. This is your part. Are you ready? Under the boardwalk, out of the sun. Under the boardwalk, we'll be having some fun. Under the boardwalk, people walking above. Under the boardwalk, sharing some love. Under the boardwalk, boardwalk. Under the boardwalk, down by the sea. Oh yeah, on a blanket with my baby. It's where I'm gonna be. I wanna hear y'all now, ready? Under the boardwalk, out of the sun. Under the boardwalk, we'll be having some fun. Under the boardwalk, people walking above. Under the boardwalk, sharing some love. Under the boardwalk, boardwalk. Woo! All right, thank you. I can hear ya. I hope you danced along or sang along with us on that. Thank you, Evan, for helping me sing that too. I appreciate that. Are we back online yet? Do you know?
Well, I think we are online. Let me check and see if
Okay.
people are commenting and while you announce the next song.
Okay. Well, the next song is another request that we had from people watching from last week because we said we take requests. So they wanted to hear a song that was originally done by Creedence Clearwater Revival. It was written by John Fogerty, and it was a really big hit for Creedence called Proud Mary. But a couple years later, Tina Turner and I recorded this, and they had a smash hit with this. But I thought somewhere I'd do a version of it somewhere between Creedence and Ike and Tina. So anyway, here is Proud Mary, and here's another song you can sing along with, or you can dance to this one. I think this would be a lot of fun. So if we can get the drummer ready, I think we'll be ready to roll. Yes?
Looks like J.K. Lofton's tuned in tonight.
Hey, J.K.
And he says, sounding great.
Thank you.
Pam Snyder says, hey, beautiful lady.
Thank you, Pam.
And Sandra Tiffy says, love it.
Hey, Sandra.
So,
She's my friend from down in Louisiana.
all right.
Yes, and JK is my producer. Thank you, JK, for all the wonderful stuff you do with my songs. Really, you're just an expert at what you do, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much for tuning in. The next song, as we said, is going to be Proud Mary. So, do y'all have your dancing shoes on? Are you ready? So, is everybody ready?
Yeah.
I think we're ready. I'm ready if you are.
Let's
Here
go
we
down to the river.
We're going to go down to the river. Are you ready? Well, I left a good job in the city, working for the man every night and day, but I never saw a minute of sleep, worrying about the way things might have been. Big wheel keep on turning, Proud Mary keep on burning. Y'all sing with me, come on, roll it, roll, rolling on the river, roll it, roll, rolling on the river. I cleaned the guys were singing along and dancing.
All right. Well, Kay Bissett is watching tonight as well.
Hey,
I don't know if I
Kay.
already said her name, but and I don't know if I said Terry Strickland. He sent a heart. And Brenda Bozeman's watching
Hey,
tonight.
Brenda. Hey, Terry.
Beverly and Andy Huddle.
Hey, Beverly. I can't wait to see you in a couple of days.
Josie Highsmith is
Hey,
watching.
Josie.
And Denise Owen from
Thank
South
you,
Carolina.
Denise. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We really appreciate it. You guys would do this for you every week. Hopefully, this is a highlight of your week. We hope it is anyway. We're going to kind of turn the page here and do a different style of music right now. This is a special request because one of my friends knows that I play classical music. They've asked me to play Canon in D. But I got to tell you a little bit about Canon in D before I play it because it was written by Johann Pachelbel. And he wrote it originally for violin, for 3 violins actually. And so somewhere along the way it got adapted for piano and organ and keyboard instruments or stringed instruments. I've also heard it on guitar, but as one single melody, not 3 melodies together. And I played it at so many weddings, and I was reading, when I was reading up on this, heard that the organist for the St. John Divine, the cathedral in New York City, said he had played it almost 1,000 times. That's a lot of weddings. But brides will like this because you can use it for the processional for the bridesmaids and the groomsmen to come down. And I have to tell you, I played it so many times, but the longest time I ever had to play it was when we had 20 bridesmaids coming down the aisle. That's a lot of bridesmaids. But anyway, I kept playing and playing, trying to get all these people down the aisle. But it's usually the song they play before the bridal entrance. But anyway, this song is I like it a lot, and it was actually written back in the 17th century, in the Baroque period. So I hope you guys enjoy my rendition of Canon in D. And this goes out to my friend Sherry. Thank you, Sherry, for asking for this. Canon in D, my version. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Sherry. I'm glad you asked for that. And our next segment of our show, we're going to Broadway. And we got a chance for Evan is going to sing a song from the musical Carousel, and he wanted to say a couple of words about it before he sang it. The song is called If I Loved You.
Well, I just wanted to say, it's so wonderful to sing these timeless classics, that Rodgers and Hammerstein wrote back in 1945, but still sound just so fresh and relevant even today, and especially when we have such a beautiful pianist here to play them. So
I'll pay you later.
Hope you all appreciate her as much as I do. She's such a treasure.
Thank you.
Right.
This song was written in 1954 by Rodgers and Hammerstein. Did you tell him that? I think you did. Thank you, Evan. Great job. It's so wonderful to have young people interested in the older songs like that. Thank you, Evan. The next segment of our show is the hymn segment, and this goes out to all my congregation at Wrightsboro United Methodist Church here in Wilmington, where I play, and I miss playing there. I'm hoping that we're all going to be able to get back there soon. This beautiful hymn that was written back in the 1917s, and it was written actually, and it was taken from a poem that was found on the walls of an insane asylum, by the way. And I didn't know that till I started researching it, but this has been a beloved hymn that everybody knows, and it's been like a standard, if you wanted to say that hymns are standards. A song called The Love of God, and I hope you enjoy this. I first heard it by George Beverly Shea when he sang it with the Billy Graham Crusades. And of course, I always tell everybody, my dad always wanted me to be Billy Graham's piano player. And I would have loved to do that, but I didn't get to. But anyway, here is The Love of God.
You know, you think about the lyrics. Could we with ink the oceans fill, and were the skies with parchment made, and every stalk on earth a quill, and every man a scribe by trade, nor could the scroll contain the whole, from stretched from sky to sky to sky. Get it right, but it just says there's no measure to God's love. So anyway,
That's
beautiful.
right. We hope you guys have enjoyed it tonight. We're going to close out the show with a song that I wrote a couple of months ago, a little song that I call Little Things of Life. And I hope you guys will be thankful and notice the little things of life. I don't know about you, but I have noticed a lot of them, because a lot of things that I never really noticed a lot before, but this has certainly made me notice a lot of these. So if you're ready to, maybe you should know the words of this by now because I've done it at the end of every one of my concerts, but it's called Little Things in Life. Let's sit on the porch, drink some sweet tea, watch the flag as it waves, say hello to our neighbors, see the kids as they play. But marvel at the beauty of another summer day. Watch the beauty of a sunset as the light just fades away. Let's all count our blessings for the little things in life. Throw away the bitter words and petty fights. We're all traveling this road together as a brave new world unites. Thank God that what matters most are the little things in life. Sun woke me up this morning, my world didn't cease to spin. Called up my mom and my daughter just to say I love you again. I'll read a book, take a walk, clean out a closet or two, and do some things I've never had time to do. Let's all count our blessings for the little things in life. Throw away the bitter words and petty fights. We're all traveling this road together as a brave new world unites. Thank God that what matters most are the little things in life. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember the little things in life. We hope to see you again next week. Until then, God bless.